Good afternoon, good evening, good grand rising, wherever you are in this world, brave hearts. We are back with the pelvic restoration for men and women. So I've got the beautiful Cheryl Serta from California here. If you want to say anything, Cheryl.
Well, it's absolutely gorgeous and sunny here today in Northern California. One of those beautiful days where people want to live here. 85, it's like 80 degrees, slight breeze, ocean smells, and it's like, yes, that's why I live here.
Awesome.
And no humidity. As you know, Lorraine and I just came back from doing a beautiful pelvic restoration course in Stewart, Florida. So very humid, very tropical. So excited to be here. So what are we doing today, Lorraine?
We are talking about a male problem.
All right.
Because, we talk so much about women's pelvic problems and we don't say a lot about men. But guess what? Men, you're pooping in your pelvis just as much as women. You don't have as much bells and whistles, so there's fewer things that are going to start acting up. But if you can see from this picture here where the prostate is, and that's deep down in the pelvis. And if you're pooping in your pelvis, that prostate is going to get enlarged. And that's what we're talking about today.
And for the women out there who are listening, this is just as important as men understanding what works on us, because we're also affected by it, by our children, our husbands, or whoever is in our lives, and we're affected by their enlarged prostates and issues that they're having as well. So educate.
Yes. So what is it? Like I said, it's an inflamed prostate or a large prostate. And the prostate is a small gland in the male reproductive system that produces a fluid that carries the semen.
So very important.
And it is estimated that approximately 10% of men have an enlarged prostate. Most of them are 65 years and over. And I would bet almost anything that the majority of men have this problem, only either they don't know they have it because they've never been tested, or they just haven't done anything about it.
Well, that, and they also think that it's normal as you get older, that is supposed to happen. So why go to the doctor? The fact that I have to get up and pee 3 or 4 times a night, and the other issues that become part of the side effects of what happens when you get the enlarged prostate.
Yeah. So, you want to be able to take care of this for sure, but you want to do it on a natural basis, right?
Yes.
You want to be able to start cleaning up that pelvic area. So this, if left untreated, can lead to prostate cancer. Now, we know cancer is just inflammation. That's all it is. So it's not something you need to be afraid of. The medical system puts that fear in you, and fear is false evidence appearing real. That's what it is.
And when you look at the enlarged prostate, and it's so interesting when you get to the stage where you're, first and second stage inflammation, and a lot of men go to the doctor and get that diagnosis, and the doctors say, well, most men can live with this their whole lives. We really don't have to take any action. This is also happening to my father right now. He's in second stage and they're not doing anything because his age, oh, well, you're already in your late 70s, early 80s, you're fine. And so they're not still addressing what created the issue in the first place, and they're just sort of ignoring it until it becomes a malignancy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And this is the top malignancy in the male population. So, if it's the top malignancy, it's also the top thing happening to men.
Yes.
And I want to be really clear about this, just because it hasn't been diagnosed or you've been told you don't have to worry about this, it's just an enlarged prostate. That's all, you're getting old. No. It's got none of those things. You want to take action while you can. I mean, you can at any stage of the game, but why not be proactive? You've got an enlarged prostate. What are you going to do? You need to clean up that pelvic area.
Yes, you do. And here's the interesting thing. I probably know, I mean, I don't have a plethora of friends, but I've probably got 10 men in my life, and 8 of them are having prostate issues. So it's hard for me to believe it's only 10%. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. So there's go ahead. I'll let you do this.
Thank you. So the types of enlarged prostates can be acute bacterial, from a bacterial infection in the prostate. I'm sure if there's something else behind there, I can't read it. And some of the symptoms include cause pain in the pelvis, groin and lower back. And oftentimes men have lower back issues and they never associate it with the enlarged prostate. It can lead to discomfort in the penis or testicles, and burning or difficulty urinating, which I hear all the time, frequent urination, and the blockage or being unable to urinate, weak, broken urine stream, waking many times at night to urinate, obviously urination's an issue, fever and chills, nausea and vomiting, and painful ejaculation. And so I see those as getting more towards the acute area, the acute stages. But I know so many men that tell me, oh yeah, at my age, you got to get up and pee 3 or 4 times a night. Hello, that's not true.
Exactly. And we know that lower back pain, I mean, for sure. I mean, how many people, not just men, are having a slipped disc in the lumbar area? And we know that is totally from the pooping in your pelvis, right? Your body's got to be able to pull calcium from somewhere to buffer down that inflammation. And that's what's happening. Things are getting inflamed and irritated and infected. And you can tell by this. When things are inflamed and irritated and infected, you start having a few issues.
And what's so amazing is that this is all fixable by just changing how we eat and take care of ourselves. Your body wants to self-heal.
And there's a few types. The chronic, so that means it's been reoccurring for a while. And the symptoms are similar to acute, what we just listed. And then there is a non-bacterial type, which is inflammation of the prostate that is long-term. So that, I would say that would be what the medical system kind of plunks pretty much everybody in, right? Because they kind of say, this is your lot in life. You're okay now. It's just enlarged. Don't worry about it, right? It's a wait and see game, right?
I get that a lot. And they say they don't know what they're uncertain of the exact cause because they haven't been educated and what's actually happening down there. And they have never told a single patient, well, honey, you're pooping in your pelvis.
Exactly. Because they don't know. But you know what? Somebody must know. I mean, they did an autopsy on Elvis and found 60 pounds of fecal matter in his pelvic area. I think they see that on a lot of people.
Well, they think they sensationalize it and think, oh, it's only somebody who's like Elvis, who had lots of money and could, extravagant eating, extravagant drugs, and this and that and the other, when the truth is the average American diet is so awful that almost everybody has these issues. And for some men who are asymptomatic, just like for women, anytime you have an issue where like they'll reach down and go, gosh, my balls seem a little bigger, the sac, and he goes, but I'm not sure what that is. But until they actually are in pain, they don't address it until there's an actual issue, which tends to be what happens to most people in our society.
Exactly. And I'd attest to that too. I thought I was healthy until the day I got diagnosed with cancer. I thought I was healthy. I thought that was just me aging and getting aches and pains.
Exactly. And then we
That's
always
what
seem
I
so shocked.
exactly. What? No way. Right? I've been healthy all my life.
Right?
So
So,
treatment would be antibiotics for any bacterial ones. Chronic bacterial ones would be low dose antibiotics combined with antibiotics over a long period of time. Well, I guess so.
which only exacerbates the issue and makes it worse.
Yes, because we're killing the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Right? Actually, we're mutating the good.
And when there's difficulty urinating, then they can give you some blockers to help relax the bladder and the nearby muscles. And sometimes, in some cases, you need surgery.
And then they don't tell you about the side effects of the alpha blockers when they're given to you and how it interferes with other medication that most people are on, because my father's having that issue now. Yeah, it just continues.
And the non-bacterial, that this is a common issue, will not respond to antibiotics. Well, that kind of makes sense. But so they use different medications to manage the symptoms. So again, it's just a Band-Aid on there, right? These are the symptoms. You have to get up and go pee a number of times. We'll give you something and that'll slow that down. Or maybe I don't know what it does.
I'm not sure.
But it's not addressing the problem. The problem is you're pooping in your pelvis.
So the asymptomatic inflammatory, that means a blood test will show that you have a higher white blood cell count, which just means that there's something going on in there that your body is trying to fight. And of course, then the doctor comes in to try to rule out that you're actually have inflammation that they're calling cancer at this point. And even then, they still don't know how to treat it well.
Yes. So what can you do about it? One of the easiest things you can do is to download that Perfect Day manual. So go to pdgfree.com and download your copy. I mean, there is so much information in there from what to eat, the nutraceuticals, what you can do, the vaginal or rectal infusion, the ultimate coffee enema. Like they're all in there. You can also find this information in the library. So you can go to docofdetox.com/library and go into the do-it-yourself healing guide, or even the ultimate water fast guide. The advanced water fast guide has that information in it.
There you go. And when you start this process, because it looks like there's a whole lot that you need, and I have people feeling overwhelmed, and I said, well, consider how long it's taken you to get to this point. So start off with baby steps if that's what you need. And one of the most important things you can get on is the daily cleansing tea. It is one of the mildest and most wonderful ways to start what we call the flushing process of getting those toxins out of your body, to start getting rid of the inflammation. But it's not just about cleansing, you've also got to rebuild. And this is where the black gold comes in. This is an amazing humic acid powder that you can put in your shakes. I put it in my coffee grounds to make the best coffee ever. You can sprinkle it on your salads or in your foods, because it's going to go in and it's going to create a healthy gut environment, while at the same time binding to the bacteria, the fungus, and the free radicals to make it big enough to pass it along out through the poop chute to get rid of those things in your gut, right? The heavy metals, the other things that have been creating inflammation in your body. And then you also want to be on the black diamond, because the black diamond is going to cross the brain-blood barrier, and it's going to do in your blood what the black gold is doing in your gut. So this is a all-encompassing cleanse. I mean, imagine that. We're working on flushing everything out through your system. We're going to get the yucky stuff out of your gut, and we're going to make your blood all healthy. And watch what happens. And of course, while you're doing this, you absolutely want to be doing the ultimate coffee enemas to support yourself in the flushing process.
Okay, let's see what the next one is here. There we go.
Yes.
You want to be on some structured water. Structured water hydrates the body about 1,000 times better. And really, all you need is a portable structured water unit. You can put your tap water right through that. It'll structure it. And now your body's actually getting hydrated. One of the things with that need to pee, now for sure the bladder is inflamed also, right? And when it's inflamed, it gets thicker, right? Anytime you have inflammation, there's a thickening of wherever the inflammation is. So when it's thicker, number one, it's not gonna be able to move very well, and it's not gonna be able to hold as much. So a lot of times when we've been told we need to drink more water, especially when we're older, we think, no, I don't want to do that because I'm going to have to be up more times at night. Start doing structured water and you'll find that it actually hydrates the body, and eventually, not right away, you'll not have to pee so much through the night.
This is true. And of course, as you're doing this flushing process, you want to make sure that you're also putting electrolytes back into your system so that you aren't taxing the other parts of your body. You are completely supporting yourself in this process to make it a gentle process. So the Beyond Ormus is beyond any other electrolyte product out there that you can possibly put into your body. It's amazing. It goes into every glass of water that I have. There's my Ormus minerals because it really makes a difference. And then, of course, for men, you've got your prostate power. Also, one of the highest frequency nutraceuticals out there if you want to help strengthen your prostate and to reduce the inflammation and to give it the nourishment that it needs to get back to health.
Exactly. And we also have the cell power, which is the hydrogen water. And that is an amazing thing to help boost the hydrogen level in the body, which is one of the things that makes us healthier.
And so why does that happen? If you're throwing in an extra hydrogen, it's going to connect to an oxygen and make more water, which is going to make you more hydrated in the most amazing way. And of course, you're using the structured water. So wow, let's just
exactly
talk about hydration.
And you'll find these products at store.docadetox.com. And then in the library, I mean, things like Highway to Health, that's what I'd be looking at. Holy crap, this is how you got into this situation in the first place. That large intestine was struggling and ended up getting pinholes in it from the fungus. The fungus was growing there because you weren't food combining well, you weren't eating well. But, go through Highway to Health, and then holy crap, your large intestine is the holy grail. And then the domino effect of normal living,
right?
And reverse the irreversible. So,
and remember that you got to let yourself off the hook. You guys didn't know any better because the food pyramid and everything we've been spoon-fed since we've been in school has been wrong as far as wanting health and no inflammation. So it's time that we educated ourselves and take our power back for our health and stop being at the effect of uneducated doctors. Not doctors who are there to help you in an emergency, because they're amazing. That's their job. You get in an accident, you want a doctor, right? But exactly. As far as the maintenance of the body and keeping it in that wonderful pain-free health, you have to relearn everything that you've been taught. And that's why we're here. And in that DACA Detox library, there is all the information you could possibly need.
Exactly. So you can go to docofdetoxlibrary.com or docadetox.com/library. They're both going to take you to the same place and start exploring.
Yes.
And if you want to create that perfect day for the rest of your life, then you should, book yourself into that perfect day consultation. I talk to people all over the world, and the people who actually do the work come from it from all four pillars. So the diet, the nutraceuticals, the exercises, and most importantly, that Braveheart emotional work.
Yes.
Those ones who get the results that they're looking for.
And people are starting to say yes. I mean, I have 2 consultations this week already. These are people who are hungry to get their health back and to be pain-free. And I'm so excited. We love doing perfect day consultations. We love educating people to take back their joy of being in a body.
Exactly. We've got to be able to honor these bodies and raise up the vibration. And that's what this protocol does in a nice, gentle, loving way.
Yes.
And then we have our next pelvic restoration and disease prevention masterclass is going to be in Coffs Harbour, starting the end of August. And I believe the last day is September 1st. And then after that, we are in Ixtapa, Mexico in October, the end of October, beginning of November. I think that the classes there are the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of November.
I think so too. And unfortunately, even though we're talking to you men today about prostate, this is a women's only class because, because there is so much that happens on a very intimate, private, and safe level for women. And let's face it, women are that powerhouse. And we really want to help women come back into that beautiful space. And of course, they're going to take all this knowledge home to you men and be able to teach you and show you how to do the anal infusions and the ultimate coffee enemas, and you guys can work on it together.
Exactly. A couple that works together on their health stays together.
That's right.
For more information about all of the courses that we have going, go to braveheartnation.com. So you'll find where the classes are, when they are, how much they are. And then we also have in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico, we have the Braveheart Doc, the 5-star World Healing and Training Retreat. This is where you can decide what you want to do when you go down there. I mean, it could be just you want to take your family to Ixtapa and maybe learn how to eat healthy. And they're going to make that program for you so that you get what it is that you want. Or maybe you and your wife are going down so that you can learn how to treat each other. So how to do the Wolf non-surgical on each other, and then learn the perfect day protocol.
Yeah. And I think the next slide shows all the plethora of choices that they can do.
Yes.
So, and they're even going to, these are just some of them. I mean, you can actually go down and do a juice fast cleanse, or you can go and do a water cleanse. I mean, there are so many things that are available, and this place is absolutely stunning and beautiful. It's got a saltwater pool. You've got gorgeous views. You know, you have this energy and this space that works. Yeesh, I'm going to throw my phone out in just a minute. So it never rings here at my house, and all of a sudden the phone's on. So I think it's an amazing opportunity. You know, people talk about taking a vacation. Well, how about taking a vacation to heal your life? You know, take that money and do something that's going to be more than just taking pictures and having a memory. Do something that's going to last a lifetime when you go in and start taking your health back. That's the best vacation ever.
Yes, and you become the practitioner, and you stop giving away your power to other people, because you know your body best.
I mean, look at that gorgeous view. Just what I said. What a holiday. That's right.
And you're only about 10-minute walk away from the beach, so you're so close to everything when you're at the DOD 5-star health and treatment center.
I like it.
And just know that Dr. Sage Wolf will go anywhere in the world. So if you want to get some certification, personal certification in the Wolf Non-Surgical, and or maybe you're a couple, or maybe you're a clinic and you want him to train everybody in the clinic, or maybe you've just got a big family and you want everybody to learn this. Whatever that looks like, we'll accommodate you. And for more information on that and what the costs are, and to book your times, you would have to call the 855-900-4544 extension 5, where you'll get Dr. Daryl Wolf, or you can call him directly on his US number, which is also on WhatsApp, and it is 1-469-861-9454.
Yes. Hey, we were just at Stuart, Florida. Woohoo!
Yeah. So the next Whole Life Coach certification starts August the 7th in Coffs Harbour, Australia. And then Ixtapa, Mexico is October the 17th. And for more information, you can go to braveheartnation.com.
And there they'll have all the hosts that will be there, so you'll know who to call. There you go. In Coffs Harbour, you have Thora Klein. And in Ixtapa, Mexico, you have the DACA Detox, and the numbers are listed for you. And they'll be on the braveheartnation.com as well. All the numbers that you need to reach out.
And just know that our prices have come down about 35%. The Whole Life Coach for the 9 days is $3,900. The Wolf Non-Surgical certification for the 12 days is $4,900. For the combination, the New World Practitioner certification is $8,000. So when you take the two together, you save some money. And then the pelvic restoration and disease prevention is $1,197.
Which is amazing.
If you are Canadian, you're going to pay in Canadian dollars. If you're Australian, you're paying in Australian dollars, and US in US dollars. So again, braveheartnation.com for more information. And then we have the lectures that are going on in Australia. So Dr. Wolf is just about getting ready to leave. His first lecture is in Melbourne, July the 13th.
That's this coming Saturday. Woohoo!
Yeah. So he's traveling really soon. I know he's still in Mexico right now, but he should be. I'm not sure what day he's traveling, but it's got to be pretty soon.
So the day with Doc is before the lecture. Very interesting. So it's on the same day from 10 to 2, and followed by his lecture.
And then Brisbane, the domino effect of living on July the 20th. And then Byron Bay, the 21st of July, a day with the doc from 9 a.m. till 2. And then the domino effect of living, Coffs Harbour on the 24th of July from 6 p.m. till 9. And Reverse the Irreversible. And that will be August the 14th with Dr. Sage Wolf.
Nice.
And then again, if you haven't done it already, download that Perfect Day manual.
And if you're like me and you want to have the book in your hand, because I have it everywhere I go and I don't always have my computer, and reading on my phone gets a little bothersome, I carry the book. The book sits in our kitchen on the table, because when I sit down in the morning or whatever, I flip it open for something else I want to look up or I want to read. It becomes your encyclopedia of health, because everything that you could possibly want is in there. And I have a copy if you don't. Are you going to show us your book?
I got it. It is right here, and you can see I have already tagged a few things. So that's the beauty of a physical book. You can start tagging things, and it is.
Me too.
I've got some tags hanging out there.
And you can get that at the DACA Detox store. It is amazing, tiny, tiny investment in your health to have this information available to you. We are talking years and years and years of research and study that has been Reader Digest put into this for you to read in the simplest layman's terms that you can understand. And I mean, anybody can understand. Read, take to heart, and start changing your life.
And then just know that we are always looking for testimonies. So if you have a testimony, on the product or your experience or your treatments or training or certification, go to docofdetoxtestimonials.com, where you'll be able to share a quick video, an audio, or write something down.
Wonderful.
And just know that we are on Telegram and Rumble, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and there's probably more where you can.
I didn't even know about half of those.
Where you can ask your questions, because your questions matter. You matter. And when are you going to make these beautiful bodies matter to you?
There we are, back to the beginning. So I know that some questions, if people have had questions, and I know that Lorraine will look later and she can answer any of those questions for you. We love that people show up to hear what we have to say, because this information is we need to get out to everybody. And even though we're talking about pelvic restoration, the truth is we're talking about the Holy Grail and the pelvic area, which carries and holds so much of our organs and keeps us in such good health, that it's so important that we understand how we got to the place we're at now. So whether it's prostate, enlarged prostate, whether women are having fibroids or cysts or painful periods or menopause symptoms, all of these things are unnecessary. There is absolutely no reason your body should be feeling pain. That is just your body asking you to wake up and pay attention and to do something different. Because what is insanity? It's to continue to do the same thing day after day and expect different results. And all the doctors do when they give you the antibiotics and the other things is just a Band-Aid on the issue. And like most antibiotics, unfortunately, even after you finish a full round, you're never going to get 100% of what caused the issue. And so what happens is your body has what's called a rebound reaction, and you actually get it worse than you had it before you took the antibiotics in the first place, because now your good bacteria has been depleted that much more. So rather than get on this unbelievable merry-go-round of pain and discomfort, we're here to help teach people how to stop the merry-go-round, get off, and start walking towards your good health.
Exactly. And when's a good time to start?
Now.
Yeah, now. And you know what? If you didn't start now, when's a good time to start? That'd be now.
That'd be now.
If you're still breathing, you got another breath. That's now.
Right. And it's still now. So one more time for women who want to come, we're going to be in Coffs Harbour and then in Ixtapa. That will finish off the year.
And for more information about the Sovereign Indigenous Practitioner Protection, you can go to bhnuniversity.com. And we have our new app that is in beta testing right now. So if you've got a good eye and like doing some clicking, then go to bhnapp.com and sign up as a beta tester. We need as many eyes and ears on this product so that when it comes out August the 8th, I believe,
which is just around the corner.
Yes, we want to have all the kinks out. So hop on board, be a beta tester, and let us know what's going on.
I'm having fun.
And the only permanent healthcare is self-care. The only permanent love is self-love.
That's it. To rise to your full potential, you have to fly. First, love yourself.
And together we are stronger. Together we are Braveheart Nation.
And I think this is, oh, well, remember your questions matter. You matter. There are no stupid questions. Let your curiosity come. Bring your questions. Get the answers that you need.
And then we have the Braveheart Oath. And I encourage you all to repeat this. I mean, to say this right now. Right now. I am love. I am healed.
I am healed. I am Braveheart.
Today
and every day.
From the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will always trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God, because I am, I can, I am loved, I am healed, I am Braveheart.
And I encourage everybody to say it as many times as you need to, so that you're not reading it to yourself, you're feeling it in yourself.
Yeah, the more you want to say this in front of the mirror 10 times and look deeply into your own eyes and, you know, bring that passion back to your body, because that is where the problem is. If you've got a dysfunction happening in the body, it's because you are not you're not protecting, you're not trusting, you're not respecting, you're not forgiving, you're not totally loving these bodies. And that's where the problem lies.
Absolutely.
Know that any time is a good time to start making changes. Our body has not forgotten how to heal. We get a cut and we don't question the fact it heals. My question to you is, why do we question everything else and hand our power over to the medical system?
We do have the answers now.
Exactly. Thank you for joining us. And just
3, 2, 1, you got this.
We got this.